I want to know how I'm surprised myself, ladies and gentlemen. I'm saying to myself, like, wow, when I first came back to New York, I actually slept in this kind of situation. Even though we're currently having that situation now, but I'm like, wow, lucky ass. Could have, mind you, hyperexposure, frostbites, ammonia. It can assay someone for sure. I'm from Australia, like always. You know, I think like 15-17% of my audience is from Australia, but I need to double check. I know it's hot there. But right now, also you guys are dealing with a tragedy that happened. So, yeah, gun violence all around the world, man. Sucks. You know what sucks? Being homeless. Yeah, I just saw this guy. Look, wait, look at this. Right, so I'm fortunate to have education, brilliance, a stable, focused mind. Even though I'm not perfect, I do have my mental health issues, and this is why I reach out to my audience, right? Just have a talk. But seeing this, guys, that's in front of the school. He got a bed and everything. I don't know if it's a he or a she. They have nowhere to go. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, it's not their fault. Sometimes family doesn't fit right for some people. Sometimes family are not family. Sometimes friends are not friends. Sometimes people get sick of being abused and they just want to be left alone. Sometimes people just, they have, mind you, when they've been mistreated, or the fact that maybe that's not even a fact. Maybe they're hard on times because of their hard times in life, growing up in the criminal justice system. But take it with a grain of salt, everyone. They keep very, like the other guy I met like a few months ago. Guy was a lawyer, and he, mind you, wife, you know, took most of everything he had. And it's the same story with the Italian homeless guy in Long Island City. We are our own worst enemy. And you wonder why people don't want to trust people. It's us that we won't trust us. Because every time we let someone in, people want to take or have a plot or a coup to get something. So, ladies and gentlemen, next month, and well, this week, let's talk about this week. This week, I'm being laid off. The 31st is my last day. It sucks. I was, you know, we knew that was kind of going to happen because of the surgery, and we knew that was going to happen. But this is why it's actually for your guys' support, literally. But the GoFundMe didn't do so well because I was mostly contributing to myself. And so, yeah, even though I might have lost some money in that process, but at least I'm trying to save something without touching it. Mind you, it's on a monthly payout. And I'm gonna contact GoFundMe and say, listen, I don't want to actually touch that into after the 7th. Because I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to eat anything after for a good like 12 hours or so. but I do have to fast. So I need to have I'm trying to have an appetite, but right now it's just the stomach. It's just like every time I eat, I just like okay, I want to throw up or what? What's going on? You know, the confusion. And mind you, the blood in the stool still. Yeah, we gotta do something now. You know, I can't wait last minute. Because, mind you, if I do, it's going to keep getting worse and worse, and I'm not going to be waking, mind you, I'm not going to be able to feel so good all the time. Feeling fatigued and tired. So yeah, everyone, there's going to be a moment of silence on this channel for a minute. So I want to say thank you to Michael and Phil for the lovely donations for the hostel. You know, but here's the thing: I wanted to do some videos in as well because I keep forgetting to bring my tripod and stuff. But the thing is, like, I really don't want to haul all that stuff from one place to another. That's how fatigued I am now. Normally, I'm fucking dedicated. I want to do it. Here's the thing. My mind wants to do it, but my body does not. You get it? It's like my body doesn't want to do anything. So, and this is why we have to proceed with surgery. We got to do it. Because I want to be able to skate during the summer, well, or try to. Get back, yeah, because I can't go ice skate. Ruin that. Yes, I ice skate too. And yeah, it's like free ice skating rings. Yeah, they were. That's why I was gonna like go out there and show like, ooh, yeah. But, you know, I'm trying myself, ladies and gentlemen. Like, I really am trying. Listen, like I was saying before, I don't rely on the system. I like being independent without the liability of like getting on your knees and begging the government, please help me get out of the situation. Yeah, you get on your knees for anything, that means you're just not strong enough, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. You're not strong enough. You can't resist. You're too weak. This is what I was like, when people say, go get EBT, and like, I tried, and I keep failing, so I'm not going to try. That's a sign that says I don't need it. I don't want it. Because all they're going to do is give me what? Well, my information is more about, dude, come on. This is how I feel about EBT, or whatever you want to call it, SNAP or food stamps. This is how I feel about it. I feel like every taxpayer has a right to have that access when times are bad, no matter the job status or not. When inflation starts hitting, oh, they should be able to fucking access food stamps, right? When you got milk that costs like almost $12 and eggs that went up to $25 at one point, you don't think that's a good idea to have access to that? To taxpayers. And that's where it's coming from, taxpayers. And here's the thing, what I don't like all the time, that I realized when I was working in Wisconsin and Portland, is that when you sign your application, I go through the applications, right? And I'm looking at the application, I'm like, wow, that is a lot of information they want. But they give you so little. So, yeah. I would think it's worth $71 for some people, or $92 for some people. They don't even get a $190. Apparently, it's supposed to be like $190 or so. They're supposed to get $190, right? But guess what? This is the Bush, this is the Trump administration, right? And guess what? A lot of the EBT crackdowns are happening everywhere. They raid New York City stores, bodegas, yeah. Anyone that wants to sell their food stamps, it's a federal crime. You could go to jail up to 3 to 5 years for it. Yep, they enforcing it now. But you got people out here, making rap hip hop, not rap videos, not hip hop, rap. What do they call that? I guess you want to call it viral videos. So is it viral when you joke and clown about yourself that you're receiving EBT, but you don't want to get off your ass and work? What I mean, ladies and gentlemen, is this shit.
My sister got the motherfucking boost down. 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 My sister got
that kind of shit. So that's what I was saying. Like, ladies and gentlemen, I really believe that EBT should be accessible to taxpayers. When Trump wants to inflate everything, like I said, milk was like fucking $12 at one point. look at meat now. I'm like, I was reading the fucking New York Times. I was like, holy fuck, I gotta go check this out. So I went to one market in Manhattan. I went to the West Side Market. I went to even the Asian market, H-Mart, right there on East Village. Then I came back over here, went to Whole Foods, and I just literally just did a price like check on all the items I saw, and I realized that like, yeah, everything's expensive now. Some items are cheaper than others, some are not. But for me, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fucking really weird and very uncomfortable experience with trying to be happy, trying to be satisfied. Like the other day, I went rollerblading, right? You guys saw the footage, right? I went rollerblading. That was ransom on Christmas Day. I go skate on Christmas Day. What ransom? That was ransom. That's because I felt better, I thought. By eating, having a decent breakfast, mind you, had some grapes. I don't eat a lot of orange, right? I get my vitamin C from other things and other foods. I just don't like orange juice. I don't like his thing. Like, it tastes good, but I just don't like that aftertaste. So that after, like, it makes your mouth dry. You guys understand what I'm saying, right? I understand there's like 3 different types of orange juice, but like, something about orange juice just like, yo, why is that dry my tongue? Isn't it supposed to like moisten my tongue? But that could be to do back because yeah, this made me my senses when I was in a car accident and came back recently in a few years. Yeah, maybe it's that. I don't know. It could be a number of things. But yeah, everyone, I'm just enjoying how like this is my last few days at one of my employments. And now I have to like, I don't want a blessing. Here's the thing, and let me explain what I mean. I don't want people to feel sorry for me. I just want people to understand that I'm not the only person in the world going through the same problem. And it's so unfair for those that have to like literally put in the consequences and barely see results. But results are better than no results. So, Tony from Plyfoot, UK. Oh, UK. What's going on, man? Is that Plymouth, UK? But anyway, welcome, friend. But I just wanted to share that, like, listen, that hostel was expensive. These, you know, I did not want to spend that money. I really did not want to spend that money, ladies and gentlemen, at the hostel. It was way over. I never spent that much money in it's not I never spend that much money because their rent. But the point was, they're like, just for like, just for the 4 dormitory, it's like, ouch. It really hurt the pocket, bro. I could have money still in my pocket. And what I mean, like, I'm also going to need, it's winter just started. We got January, we got February, and we got maybe mid-March. But we also have tropical season. We got rain season in April. It rains. So, and I'm pretty sure in March it's going to rain much heavier than like this past March when we had all those floods. And then, in this summer when ransom thunderstorms happen, and then next you know, everything out here was flooded. Yeah. And like I said, New York City is sinking, and people are just not trying to think about resident. This is why you gotta have an resident. This is why I say, hey, Madison, Wisconsin, Winnipeg are my 2 options. I don't know what about other New Yorkers, what their plans are, but if they don't have an exit plan to, then or a place where they can once had stability, housing, job, and a lifestyle, then you're fucked. This is why I was like, this is why, like, I'm grateful to be that one out of many New Yorkers that got a chance to live outside, come back, visit, had a life. Yeah, it was okay, I guess. But what I'm happy about is that, like, I'm black and I was able to see the world. Fuck you. That's what I'm proud of. And they say we can't do it. We are not allowed to do it. And then when people say, where are you going? Oh, people ask this question, like, where are you headed to? Like, oh, I'm going to Singapore. They're like, what's out there for you? Yeah, that happened once when I was in Singapore, like, long ago. She wasn't being entitled. She was just like, a lot of black people don't go to Singapore. Like, bullshit. I can prove to you that's a lie. Yeah, that's a fucking lie. But that's for another topic, another story. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have the most roughest January and February. And I'm talking about, I'm going to pretty had a rough January and February like I had my first time back in New York City. And mind you, Lord Brian, remember that. And David Oyster, David, he's Australian. He'll tell you, like, oh yeah, it was rough. Yeah. Got robbed and got our shit taken. Couldn't do nothing. Couldn't even get a hotel. No identification. Imagine they take your passport and everything. They rob you, take your camera equipment, take your camera bag and everything, yeah. Imagine that, everyone. Well, you guys don't know that story because no one tell you the story. Because I removed the video. Because I asked invisible people to remove it because it was doing some good, but it was also doing collateral damage. And that collateral damage was that negative audience. People that want to see people like you and I suffer. They don't care about you. They want to email you anonymously, but they don't want to be brave enough to tell you who they are, who they really are. That's we call that a pussy move. When people anonymously email you and tell you how much they hate you and how much they want to essay you, and I hope you never achieve anything in your life. And then when you prove people wrong, they still will try to make it sound like you the idiot when they can't even write a decent and proper pronunciated and proper grammar sentence. So yes, everyone, I'm struggling financially. I'm struggling with my health. I'm struggling with my mental health. This is why I want to have these conversations with you as we go for these very wet moments where you can't sleep out here. There's nowhere to go unless you want to go. If you want to go into the shelter, good luck if they let you in at this time. And I'm pretty sure it's probably full with funky feet and dirty asses. It's and I'm saying that not as a joke. I'm saying that because like these men and women have accessibility and access to water, right? Wipe down, bathe, and do something. You got a gym membership? Go for it. If you got someone you can take a shot, do it in mind you, in a private place, not in a public park. You can grab some water. Here's what I recommend doing. This is what I did, everybody. I was on a hustle when I came back. As I'm trying to work for my ID, my passports to come back, my social security card. I had to get all that back. You know, that is not free. That costs money. Where do you think that money came from? Most of that money came from a Canadian friend. 90% of that money, well, I would probably say like 83%, came from the Canadian. My Canadian friend. I'm not going to say his name, because he told me not to say his name again. Because the last time he said, I know you want to be very transparent, but just give them hints. I said, okay, I won't use his name. So that's what I was explaining weird and how that happened. But people didn't realize that because people weren't paying attention. And people never was going to pay attention to that narrative. Like, how did you get the passports and how did you get it back? Like, yeah, it was amount of support, donations that came into the GoFundMe, well, the old GoFundMe. Because we are actually in the middle of that. We were actually in an EEOC battle. Because my job was suing my employer for discrimination, harassment. Not only is that, intimidation, civil liability. And won. And guess what? When I got an amount, mind you, I just asked for my year pay. I literally, ladies and gentlemen, you can watch on this channel. We went out. We were staying in Long Island City Hostel, right? We were going down to Penn Station. We were looking for other men and other people. We were trying to give back, buy them food. Remember, this is how I got the Canon cameras. Mind you, those Canon cameras I have now came from that. Because I went to B&H and got used Canon cameras for so cheap. And what I was going to do is like, I need to find the cheapest used Canon camera. But I found the most cheapest used Canon 7D for only $223. And it was, mind you, the condition was 9 and it only had 79,000 actuations. If you are a camera person or a videographer or a camera specialist, you know what I'm talking about. Actuations. Yeah, they only have 7,900 actuations. That's incredible for that price. So I jailbroke the 7D, and now it has mind you, it has Blackmagic Cinema software on it, so I can shoot 14-bit raw video. So that is my cinema camera. And then the 70D, I just left it as is and installed. What's his name? Reed's Canon profile on the Canon 70D to actually make it look better when I'm shooting. It doesn't really matter if I'm shooting raw photos, but if I'm going to shoot video or some sort as like a backup one day or some sort, I need to be ready on that camera. So, and that's what I did, everyone. And mind you, both cameras only cost me less than $500. But what was expensive was the express card for the 7D. Yeah, but mind you, I can only get up to about 14-bit raw. Ooh, I'll probably get like 15 minutes out of that on that one card. That's it. So I gotta make the best of it. So yeah, everyone, that's how I got these Canon cameras. And mind you, I had a Canon a Canon D90. I had a, mind you, a D80. Keep that in mind. we were using it in Boston. So, and mind you, I bought that Canon 80D right, mind you, that was all before I was hijacked by a bunch of dumbass thugs that wanted to just like, yeah, they wanted to rob me, but not get it on their own, like achieve it. Instead, they wanted to steal it. Get it? No achievement. They didn't want that. They want the easy way out. Like some people, like that video I just showed you about food stamps. People want the easy way out. I'm not gonna play this anymore because it's so fucking degrading. And motherfuckers food stamps. Like, I give you taxpayer money. Call it taxpayer money. Start calling it food stamps. That's what they should call it. Taxpayer money. Hard working people money. So yeah, everyone, I'm on a blog. I just don't fucking know what to do at the... Sorry, everyone. I'm going to check my emails. So yeah, everyone, I've struggled just like you and everyone else. Listen, I'm not trying to be some fucking famous YouTuber. I already let YouTube know that. I don't want to suck dick. I don't want to be involved with your I don't want to be involved in any of these collabs with these guys. I say this with a pure passion of tech and knowledge. You know, I'm not gonna like promote a fucking promo code. So yes, I get a kickback, but you know, the company is lying to me and you. Well, more like I'm lying to you because this is what they're telling me not to disclose. Like some YouTubers, I'm not gonna say their names, and they're famous, and this is why I'm like, I just want to keep it 100 real, and brands don't like that, then I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna be selling out for you. You know how the marketing, I still don't like it anymore. I used to love it, but now I just don't appreciate it. Because it's nothing but trying to persuade consumers for shit they don't really need at this moment. What people need is a better way of living. We don't need some new I'm not going to talk about gadgets, but let's say this. If New York City gave everyone a job, I know you have to think about it. I know, just imagine if society didn't waste their money on bullshit. I'm not saying there won't be any wars, because most money go into wars, but I'm saying less conflict, more money to go to the people. Imagine we can give people jobs. Everyone will have a fucking job. Our streets will probably be cleaner. Life will probably be a little bit better. When people are happy, that's the thing. If you make people happy, you calm down a situation. So if you guys want support, there's a subscribe, like, and share button. Yeah, there's a thing called that. Because, yeah, people are subscribing, but people are not sharing. That's the thing. It's 0.7% of you are sharing. That's a bad. You guys come and you don't share the video with other people in your community. Maybe they are interested. If you want to help someone like me, that's what you do. You don't need to donate cash or money all the time, or like, oh, yeah, Panda, let me help you out this time, man. I'm like, yeah, but you can share my videos though too, right? That you can share, you helping me that way. Help me expand more. Because each person, I'm pretty sure your network, which you on social media, right? I'm pretty sure you can attract at least 50,000 people. And that, for me, that's good. Because now you got, out of that 50,000 people, 10,000 people might be interested. And out of that 10, 5. And out of that 5, maybe 2,500. And then out of that 2,500, 1,000 may want to buy something. Or want to support. Or, you gotta, yeah. But right now, I can use the financial support. Because I'm going to have a most intense recovery. And I didn't even tell my doctor what the fuck is going on with the housing yet. So, I need to fucking, like, I need to do something about that. Yeah, I didn't say anything. I just kept it to myself for 3 weeks. So yes, I'm struggling and I'm trying to find out better ways. Mind you, when you get older, people don't want to hire you anymore, though. You have to understand that concept. People don't want to hire you. Ask the 401 retiree, or the person that did retire, and they cashed out on their 401k, right? But now realize they got to go back to work at 72, 74 years of age, 68, 81. Think about that. There are people at 81 doing, mind you, flipping burgers again. Like they are kids again, but this time they're just older. And this is why I was telling you guys before, when I went to these community development classes about discrimination, when it comes down to HR and how their hiring process, guys, trust me when I navigate you through coaching and telling you, as an independent consultant on this, listen, everybody should matter, no matter what age. If the person's able to do the work, then she's able to do the work. Don't say like she's old, she might not be able to move as fast as these other young people. It doesn't matter, but she has experience and know how to do and facts and put things in order, right? Let's say you want to work in an office and a receptionist, but your boss, he's a little bit of a hung bag. He likes pretty girls, right? But he's never met a smart person like you that actually would do the work and impress him with, instead of him. Because, yeah, I have met a boss that had only like, I had a boss, and I heard him say that shit to another employee, like, yeah, I want a pretty receptionist. Like, so, yeah, I'm like, fucking stereotyping. That's what I said. I was like, okay, we know not to go to your house parties or Christmas parties. Yeah, and that was in fucking Seattle. This is why everybody got to understand your rights, women or men. Know your rights in the workplace or in public in general. But when you're older, people don't see that potential. When you are houseless and people see that, oh, you have an application, everything, but they say something's wrong. They always had that twisted fucking thought in their head and said, but something's wrong. Wait, I gave you a cover letter, resume, diplomas, everything, and you saying something's wrong? It's like, but you're homeless, and I'm like, oh, so I'm supposed to be like invincible with what fucking Justin Bieber bank account? What the fuck? Like, I'm not rich. Like, money holds on, money goes away, right? I save what I can, right? And when that is tanked, then I'm fucked. And now, when I'm in and out and I apply for work, people ask the questions like, so, like the last time. Remember the job interview, Michael? Remember that, guys, in 2003? The guy was like, it's like, yeah, so, you know, we have a no drug policy. And I was like, no drug policy? Where is that coming from? And then I'm realizing, like, he's saying that because he just misread everything about me. And that's HR. And then I pointed out, like, that was fucking discrimination. You put the drug, you have a no drug policy. And then he asked us, like, so yeah, we just to make sure you don't do any drugs. We might doing a drug test, right? But here's the thing. The thing is, like, I already did the drug test. But he was making a stereotype. By looking at mind you, I didn't have my dentures because, mind you, they were gone. So couldn't have a smile on my face. So he was just looking at my missing teeth and thought otherwise. Just like the rest of this audience thought otherwise. Man, I got into car accidents. I went through alcohol. I went through some loss. And so I started drinking a lot of sake and soju. I wasn't being nice to myself at one point in my life. I lost someone that I thought I was going to grow old and see the future. I went through some shit, and then I did this shit again with E. So this is why I tell people, like, you don't know how I feel in pain-wise. I'm broken in all many ways. The people that I loved are actually gone. That's the emptiness that I don't have. I'm saying that's the emptiness that I have. I don't have that spark, that happiness. I did on Christmas Day when I went skating. When I was trying to pump myself up. Because I know I can do certain tricks. It's just that I'm fucking getting old and my health is taking a big fucking douche bag dunk on my face. Yeah. I'm just so fucking... Mind you, I'm also scared about something, too. I'm scared that if I go through this surgery and I don't have a place that I can afford with whatever money I have, I'm just that scared that I'm going to make things worse for myself. And I've been trying so hard to just do it independently, which I have, with a little bit of support from some of you guys and some of the rollerbladers that do want to reach out and not say they're going to help, but they don't never help. They just talk. Right, Lord Brian? Lord Brian even knows who these people are because they're the ones that told Lord Brian they were going to, and then they just never did. So that's why I know. I had someone else helped out, and that person told Lord Brian basically, like, I changed my mind. Like, I don't think I want to help Panda. Pretty much. That's how I feel. But we remember back in the day when niggas didn't have money to their name. They were always calling me, who is it? What is this? The other Brian. There was a white boy named Brian that used to hang out with McDonald Park and on Queens Boulevard back in the day. And Greg. We all had the money. We were like the cool kids that always had cash. Come on, man. You guys wanted those 25, those 50-cent soda pops? I was like, here, I got you guys. Yeah, they were drinking those crazy soda pops. I was drinking those 25-cent juices. First, it went up from 25 cents to 35 cents to 50 cents, and then they stopped selling those. And then I realized when I was getting older as a teenager, those were actually pretty bad for you. So much high color dye, ugh, and so much sugar. No, I'm not warm, David. I was warm a few days ago in the hostel. It was nice that, I took some of the money I had and then Phil's money and Michael's money and got into the hostel again. But, like, I need to save money for my surgery and the recovery and my rent. Yeah, because I wanted to sublet from this guy, but, like, like I said, I need a fucking miracle to cover the the deposit and the rent charge, mind you, security deposit and the first months of rent. But what's up, David? We were just talking about you earlier in this video. I was like explaining to Dr. Mozaza or Maza, Dr. Omaza. He said he's from Australia. So I was like, yeah, most 17% of my audience is from Australia. And that's because of you, David. Because like I just said earlier, just a few moments ago, everybody, when he shares or I share his content, mind you, he's getting my American audience, I'm getting his Australian audience, or mind you, he's networking his network. It's his network. So you know how social media and AI and all this other stuff, they spying on you. So yeah, even if you're not even looking for something, mind you, you could be at your computer, right? And this has been creepy lately. You'd be sitting at your laptop, and mind you, Amazon ad will pop up, right? Of something, and mind you, you accidentally like pause the video on that moment, and next you know, you see that shit on your phone, and it's telling you to buy it here now. And you're like, what the fuck? That is creepy, isn't it? Yeah, that's how creepy the internet is. Like I said, everything that you do, someone is watching you. Yeah, someone's watching. Oh, here comes Lord Brian. There he is. Right, Lord Brian? Let's go back to what I was saying about, the donations for the GoFundMe. How many people, Lord Brian, you have asked that told you personally that they were going to help, and they just didn't, and they just changed their mind? And mind you, I did nothing to them. Mind you, I haven't seen them in years. Mind you, half of them owe me. But mind you, when I asked for the help, they pretended. And mind you, they went directly to Lord Brian and told Lord Brian they was going to. That's why I was like, oh yeah, see, I wasn't lying. I was not. It was the honest truth. Yeah. Lord Brian, I'm grateful that I passed 2025, going on 2026 in the harshest way. Yeah, I'm literally going into 2026 in the harshest way, man. It's supposed to be our new beginning, but so my last paycheck, I have to make sure that I don't spend any of it. Changed my opinion on a lot of people. Yeah, now you know who your real friends are in the industry of inline rollerblading. And mind you, watch, they're gonna make excuses like, oh, I never seen the post. Like, really? Jay Marsilio posted, his wife posted, freaking who else? What pro rollerblader shared? Piff shared it. Better Skate shared it. Dude, other people like Chrome from the Ghetto Community shared it. There's no excuse. Everybody saw it, but mind you, like I said, O'Brien, why you think I told them when I was back here 3 years ago to the rollerbladers? No, I'm not working for free. Don't ask me for footage and pictures. Remember that shit happened at the Metro Car Classic? They're like, oh, yo, Panda, you giving us that footage, right? I'm like, no. Ain't nobody told me to come out here and make... I'm doing this for documentary purposes. And then I was asked to do a survey. I was like, no, you got to pay, bro. See? No one wants to respect the hustle. but they want me to fucking hustle for nothing. So yeah. Right now, Lil Brian, I am so confused what to do. I'm in a pickle, man. I'm gonna be fucking so shitty when I get out the hospital. Well, I'm not gonna be shitty. I'm gonna be like healing. Because my stomach's gonna take some time to like, oh man, no spicy food, no garlic. Like, why you think I had garlic? Look. Why you think I ate all of this? You know what I'm saying? Dude, no way, man. Look at this, everybody. I'm not a professional chef. Okay. That wasn't supposed to happen. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Panda here, okay. Cooking time. So I got a potatoes, vegan potato, and put some vegan cheese on top of that once it's crispy and done. I got some roasted mushrooms, roasted filled peppers, some garlic, some green beans, vegan sausage. We got some carrots marinated in some maple syrup, salt, pepper, garlic, onion, some, mind you, Creole seasoning, salt, pepper. On the bottom, potatoes, parsley, green onion, basil, garlic, name it, it's in that dish. And then I'm gonna put the cheese over it. So I'm gonna let these cook for about like, yeah, I had it at temperature on 325 for about 40 minutes. I wanted those potatoes to get nice and crispy, and they came out perfect. But the trick was, I had to cut potatoes. I took a full 5-pound bag of potatoes and cut them up into freaking dice cubes. Yes, that's a lot of potatoes to cut. But I did it in record time. Everyone's like, wow, you're pretty good with that knife. I was like, well, I did buy this knife for the hostel, so long ago. I'm surprised it's still here. And the wok is still there too, Michael. Yeah, Michael, the wok that we brought for the hostel, because they kept burning the pans last year. So we went to go buy a wok. It's still there, everyone. They did some damage to the wok, but you know, I could try to cure it, you know. But it's still there. Always wanted to mention that. I always keep forgetting to mention that. But yeah, people are very bad at cooking. I'm like, how you have a job at a CEO company, but you can't even cook a goddamn egg? That's just bizarre. To me, it's just bizarre. How you can do all of this, but you can't cook a simple egg? You gotta burn the pan, and you don't even use oil, no butter. It's like you just do the egg on the pan with no oil, no butter. You just, damn, devil. You like your eggs extra crispy, burnt too, huh? Like the family that was still at the hostel, bro. Cause I was telling the owner, like, listen, man, I'm gonna check it out anyway. It's nice being here for a few days, but they still here, man. They're very rude. He's like, I know, I'm trying to find a way to get rid of them. Because they rude. How are you gonna, mind you, it's breakfast, everybody, right? And then it's a new oven, toaster, right? Everybody has to take turns using it. It's a community space, right? But no, they purposely hold hostage to it and said, oh, we're using this for about an hour. I was like, but it's a community space. You can't do that. And they've been told so many times that you gotta use it. But yeah, they just, and they take forever to cook. So I had to show them how to fucking cook a full meal. Mind you, I made all those dishes, right? And mind you, under an hour. They take 4 hours. 5 hours. I'm like, wow. wow, everyone's kind of like, yo, are we able to cook? Or are they just gonna be in the kitchen all the time? Because you know, it's like evening hour, right? Everyone comes back from whatever they were doing in the city, and then now they want to eat something, or they want to cook something to save money. But yeah, that family's still there. So, but good news is they leaving soon. And I'm not discriminating. It's just that people were telling them like, well, we need to use it. We need to eat breakfast too. And they're like, no, we're not done. Like, like, what do you mean you're not done? They just warming up bagels and toasters of bread. It's not really a toaster. It's a new conventional way of oven. It's not really a toaster. It's a miniature size oven that is portable and pluggable. But yeah, that's what happened at the hostel. And then the arguments spilled it with the other woman. She was like, well, my son and I would like to have food. And I was like, see? And Jonathan was like, every time you come here, Panda, some shit happens, bro. I was like, no, don't blame me, Jonathan, because nah, I'm just kidding. I was like, but you always recording this shit. I was like, yeah. Because, yo, you never know who's going to do something stupid like last time. Last time, ladies and gentlemen, this guy was, mind you, giving out he was giving out fucking blank checks. Well, not really blank checks, but those checks will bounce. He was telling people if they would buy him cigarettes, he'd give them a $50 check. Write a fucking check for he was doing weird shit. But he was also harassing people. He was harassing those women that I was telling you guys before. This is a while back, if you watched my videos a while back. And I was like, yeah, this guy needs to get out. And mind you, he gets arrested. And he gets escorted by NYPD to come back. But he comes back the next day, ladies and gentlemen. He comes back the next day and tries to sneak in. And then he's asked to leave. He wants to fight staff. So the new staff, he's a nice dude, but he's really big. And you can tell he's strong. He had no choice to defend himself, so there was a case. The case got dismissed because the other guy said he didn't want to press charges, and he also said he didn't want to press charges, but he is not allowed to come back to any hostel, and he's going to, mind you, the owner of the hostel informed other hostels to not allow this person in your hostel, because all he was doing was harassing women, drinking alcohol all the time, and smoking cigarettes, and it was just like also another fucking food thief, stealing food from people. So so he's officially banned. So, but the hostel is not a bad place. You just got these idiots that think a hostel is like a hangout spot. Like this guy that was there too. He was trying to question me. I'm like, how old are you? So I'm 26. I'm like, I'm 46, bro. I got full 2 decades on you, bro. Stop it. Walking around trying to act gangster and shit. Like, you're a fake Puerto Rican dope. Yeah, you're one of those fake ones. I don't know where you came from, son. Yeah, because you're trying to intimidate the young ladies. 2 young ladies were from Georgia. The other 2 from Germany. And then when I spoke some German, they're like, oh, the other girl from Georgia was like, oh, wow. I was like, no, I'm not, that's not impressive. No, I'm just greeting. They're young. They were like 20. They're like babies, bro. I'm not touching babies. I'm not touching anyone that's under 21. No, there's no fun dating someone that's 18. What? One of them was 19. The other one was just barely turned 20. The other one was turning 21. Yeah, there's no fun in that. And what I mean by that is like, I got so much experience. I want to go this way. She probably like, oh, that's not for me. I'm like, wow. Well, it's going to be for you when you grow up at some point. Don't eat the yellow snow. You must have ate some of those back in the day, huh? Because no one's talking about that. That's disgusting. You must got a fetish. Like you like peeing in the snow and eating your own piss snow, right? I think someone's trying to confess. I think this is his testimony hour. But anyway, guys, listen. I'm kind of am like nervous, and I'm kind of am worried about what's going to happen. See, I try to not spend so much fucking money, man. But you got these fucking winter storms, man. It makes you like, God damn, now I gotta spend my check. And put you in a hot seat. But yeah, you know what? Like I said, I'm just grateful that there are some people actually listening instead of fucking pretending to listen. I don't want to hear shit from anyone in my past anymore. Like, you're dead. Everyone's dead. You hear that, Lord Brian? Dead. This is why I removed half those people off my Instagram. And they wonder why, what, you removed me off your Instagram? Like, yes, I did. You're sitting here and you're, mind you, I'm not going to see who the person was, but I have the confirmation in the text screenshot from the person that you were talking to. That is expressed it like, yo, Panda's mad cool, and you can read it. I read that comment. Like, Panda, why you like, I don't give a fuck about that dude. You don't, yeah, that's what it says in the comment. I don't give a fuck about that dude. That's fucked up. But you're sitting out here in these skate events, want to shake my hand and say, what's up, what's up? That's why I was like, the Halloween, I was like, I'm not shaking his hand. And that's why I was like, don't talk to me, bro. He was like, he's probably still trying to like figure out how I find part. He probably doesn't even know. Because he probably doesn't care. Because he doesn't even follow me. Here's the thing, he doesn't even follow me correctly on Instagram. They only want to follow you when you do something that's financially in their benefit. Right, Jay? Jay would tell you. Him and his wife spent all that money on these cookouts this summer. And no one can't donate a decent amount of money back into the skate giveaway to send the skates to, mind you, to another country. And then, mind you, we went all our way to actually box those skate parts to send them. Come on, guys. I even donated. But with that said, everyone, it's gonna be a rough one, for sure. I'm just letting you guys know might be having my last moments. Is it fucking raining still? Oh my Panda. Yeah, it's supposed to rain, sleet, rain. Well, it's been doing that all tonight anyway. That's why everything is still very, very wet and salty and not really doable right now. Get on this train. That's why I'm near this McLaren Park. But thank you for watching, everyone.
Yeah, but you know what's the problem?
It's always good to support each other. You're right, David. I just wish like everybody had a chance at some redemption of like having a good life. Everyone deserves it. This is why I was like, this is what I said earlier about there are some kids that have to grow up in a ghetto hood that didn't fortunately have a nice home where it was peaceful. They were taught some manners. They were taught how to respect. They were taught how to, like the system wanted you to learn. They wanted you to be fucking violent and unseen and mind you, impayant. What's that word again? Labonic. You know what that means? I think I'm saying that right. It's when they want you to talk a different slang. They don't want you to talk like you had intelligence. They want to alter your dialect, which you let them do that. You let them convert your ass and make, mind you, I guarantee it, all you homies out there, imagine if the government gave you an opportunity to go back in time and fix everything, right? Not the government. Imagine life gave you the opportunity to fix everything. But this time, it showed you your mistakes, which that's kind of cheating. But imagine that, everybody. You, a sister that didn't force you to act something that you're not. This is why I was like, no. I'm pretty sure, like, when we were, our ancestors, when they were slaves on those boats, they weren't acting like idiots until they were forced us to act like idiots. Mind you, they forced us to fight each other for a piece of bread. They forced us to kill each other to see who was the dominant slave. You guys don't know about stories like that? You need to learn your history. But with that said, everyone, I'm going to end the live stream. I want you guys to have a good night. Have a warm night for me. It's cold out there. It's wet and cold out there, bitch. Subscribe, like, and share. Until then, just want to share how I'm feeling right now. I'm just not feeling like, I'm not feeling happy about the surgery like I should. Like, yeah, once I get this done, I should be like, once I get this done, I get back in shape. I won't make, mind you, I'm not eating anything that's unserved. No, because maybe I eat too much potato chips or potatoes. And it's not ramen. Because that's why I was telling my doctor, like, why he made me stop eating ramen last year. I told him it wasn't ramen. It's the fact that it's the food style here. It's the way they cook food. It's like, to me, it's just sometimes greasy and not flavorful. There's no, to me, these fast food restaurants are just like, they bougie sometimes. And then sometimes I do eat it, right? And that's what, but now I'm just having a difficult time eating, period. Can't even fucking consume food. Like tonight, I didn't eat anything. I know I could. I have money. I can't spend it. I need to spend it only on emergency purposes. Like super emergency. That's how cheap I gotta be. Gotta starve when you're not supposed to be doing that to your stomach. But what I need to start, what I did start doing, as you saw, I cooked a lot of food, but guess what? I shared that food because I wasn't gonna eat all of that. I shared it with some other house guests. But with that said, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.